Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the business and the Sillyville editions. So these are recorded live Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you would like to catch the show live. With that, let's go ahead and dive on in. AT&T gives investors and the government wildly different takes on the need for fiber internet because they're like double talking here. When it comes to their investors, they're like, fiber's great, guys. Fiber's the best. We need some investor capital to get fiber pushed out absolutely everywhere. Give us your money, investors, so we can get this fiber out. So the government's like, great, you're going to get fiber going? Oh, no. We don't need to give fiber to rural people. Now, maybe the tinfoil hattiness that pays attention to things like the World Economic Forum that wants to isolate people in urban centers, maybe they're behind this to say, no, make internet and life in general as crappy as possible outside the urban centers to force those people in for the required internet. And, with all of that, literally that is one part of the plan, is to make the people, it's literally like, think Hunger Games. Outside of your district, you're not allowed to be. Think that. And so maybe that's what it is. I have a sneaky suspicion it's just because it just costs too much money to bring fiber out to people in the sticks. Let them deal with degrading copper pipes that we won't fix. I said copper pipes, copper wires that we won't fix. So when it comes to the government, they're saying, it's not worth the investment to put fiber out to rural areas. We just need to stick with the copper that we have. And, 5 Mbps is an excellent speed. That's just fine. Let's just lower that to the required broadband need. And so that's exactly what they want. But when it comes to talking to their investors, they're saying completely different things, really stupid on their behalf, because all the things they say in the investment meetings is public because they're a public company. And so with this kind of stuff leaks out. It makes them look really bad when you're telling two different groups of people completely diametrically opposed ideas. And there's really no reason for it. So, there's AT&T. They know it's superior, but it's just going to cost too much, so they don't want to do that. Well, good news if you are over in Ohio, the morons over in the GOP, they were forced to back off of the unpopular ban on community broadband. This is one of the main points that I disagree with the most in the Republican Party is they are completely clueless on everything dealing with tech. It's like, we need to prevent the municipal broadband and the small town broadband because Comcast can do it so much more efficiently. No, they can't. Where the hell have you been? Go live in some of these places. Go visit other countries and study their internet. Like, when people in middle of nowhere in iceberg plains on small continents have better internet than we have in the United States, we've got some fundamental problems. Some of you guys internationally watch this, you'll be shocked to know I pay over $100 for my internet. I get 6 up. You get 100 down, 6 up. That's atrocious. Horribly atrocious. And my price has doubled in 3 years. When I first moved to this office 3 years ago, it was costing me $50 a month. Now it's $100 a month. Yeah. But a few of them came out to say, we want to pass a bill to block munis, basically municipal or community-based. So if a group of people in the community all got together and said, we're going to build an internet system, no, we want to ban that. If the municipal group came together and said, we want to do internet, boom. Now, do these work? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's really about 50-50. Some of them absolutely are the best options there are. Some of them, not so much. But that really deals with its implementation. Now, the Republicans came out in Ohio to create a bill to ban this, and they got backlash so bad they're like, none of them wanted to come out and I voted for that. I don't know, man. That was a really bad idea. I don't know who voted for it, but let's just not even bother looking into it. Yeah. So there's that. But there we have it, guys. the ISPs, of course, lobby against this kind of stuff, but really when it comes down to the people's choice and people voting, most people vote to have a municipal broadband option. Even if you don't take it, the option is always good. All right, the 3 U.S. carriers now have implemented FCC's anti-spoofing system, the stir-shaken system. I have 2 phones with 2 different carriers, and one of them still gets a boatload of these robocalls with spoof numbers. The other one gets almost none. I'll give you a hint. It's a bigger one, and I keep getting them. So with that, and by the way, it's a brand new number that never existed for anybody before. It's a brand new set of numbers. Nobody's ever had it before. New area code, new everything. First phone call, second phone call, third phone. First 20 phone calls I've gotten with the thing because nobody has the phone number have all been, your warranty is about to expire. Yeah, it's very easy. Block international people and sue the hell out of everybody who's not international. There you go. Problem solved. But the stir-shaken protocol will, in theory, get around a lot of this, so these guys cannot spoof numbers anymore. So that might be a better thing, might be a worse thing. Who really knows? But we'll kind of see where that goes. I think overall this is a good deal. It's probably not going to do as much as we would hope it would do, but hey, whatever. Any progress that we can make. Well, Amazon, they do not like Genghis Khan's relatives, long-lost descendants, because Kahn really doesn't like Amazon, and Amazon actually comes back and is trying to bar her, she's the new chair of the FTC. Amazon's trying to bar her from making any Amazon decisions because she clearly has a vendetta against the company, or at least they allege she clearly has a vendetta against the company. And so with this, they are suing, not to get her out of the position, but to force her to recuse herself from everything dealing with Amazon because she has been a long-term outspoken critic and activist against Amazon. And honestly, I can see Amazon's point here. Maybe we need to bring a little bit of balance. Maybe the FTC does need to look more closely at what Amazon is doing, but I don't think that the person who should do it has been a lifelong career anti-Amazon activist. So I can kind of agree with both sides of the story on this one. But she pretty much hates Amazon, and if she has the choice, she's just gonna do funky things to him. Well, some video games are now starting to do TV-style commercials inside of console and PC games. So now we are verging on Black Mirror technology, or Black Mirror territory. So basically, there's a company here that makes these, and they're testing ads in console games. So the company is called Player One. Owned and operated by TV ad tech company Simul Media, and has been testing console game ads for over a year, and also with some PC. They've been successful according to the firm, and now they have signed deals with Electronic Arts and Tencent's Hi-Res Studios to put them in more games. So you can sit down there and watch a TV-style commercial in the middle of your video game. I'm sorry, guys. If you guys get games and will watch games with commercials in them, you are ruining the last bastion of freedom from this nonsense. You need to close that up, take the game right back, and be like, no, you know what? I wasn't told there was going to be ads in here. We're going to get rid of this crap. And that's really what we need to do. So the ads will offer incentives for viewers. Viewers get to determine whether they want a 15-second ad or a 30-second commercial in exchange for in-game rewards like skins and avatars. Presumably, the longer ads come with better benefits. That's right. Open your eyes, pleb. Accept what we're feeding you. Now, I have a personal thought that this is not going to fly. And the reason is there is a huge advocacy group. It's something, I forget the exact name of it, but it's something, I think it's the Council for a for an ad-free childhood, I think is their name. They push hard against anything targeted to kids. And you can likely say that in many cases, minors are a large consumer of video games. certainly in many cases larger than adults. And so pushing ads and TV commercials inside of video games will probably not escape their eye for long. And so it'll be interesting to see if this plays out. Maybe it only gets allowed on, whatever the rating is, M-rated games or things like that, where children are not supposed to be playing it anyway, as if they don't. But that's my personal thought. I don't think that this is actually going to fly, at least not in the gaming market in general. Because it's so annoying. You can see the backlash that Oculus got on it, the Oculus Rift got on it, where they dropped the idea. So we'll probably see a similar backlash. And if that doesn't get to it, it will be the Council for the Ad-Free Childhood. And so they have a pretty decent track record. So there you have it, guys. Well, if you want to help support the channel, we do have a series of affiliates. Today we are highlighting Linode, tlm.li/Linode. Using my affiliate there, you can get $100 in credit on a new account, good for 60 days. And then you can go ahead and use this to spin up as many Linodes as you would like and play around with a lot of things. You can create your own VPN, a Nextcloud instance. I'm actually hosting 30 or 40 or so clients split between cPanel and ISP config. Linode is great for this kind of stuff. A lot of little things. If you need any type of cloud-based servers or all for any purpose, have a look at Linode, tlm.li/Linode. Now, guys, let's head to Sillyville. So first up in Sillyville, Adblock, they glitched out and they give us blank pages on a lot of different things. Twitter, Wikipedia, Amazon, a bunch of other sites. It ends up being a problem with their filter. So something on their filter messed up and broke the settings. It actually fixed itself eventually. That was just fine. So, there we have it. Well, Microsoft is switching their blue screen of death to a black screen of death. And I gotta say, guys, I think this is racist. They're associating black with something bad that has just happened. Guys, Microsoft, what were you thinking? You should have had this a white screen. The white people are evil and bad. Come on. Basically, it's the same screen that we've always had in Windows 10 and 8, and it basically, they just changed the color to black. Why? I don't know. Hey, it's still the BSOD. Now it's just the black screen of death because, Microsoft apparently is racist. So let's go ahead and get the mobs out to take care of them. And this was a last minute addition. If I had seen this article earlier, it just came out today. If I'd seen this article earlier, it would have actually been the namesake for this section. But hey, I had all my stuff done. Throwing it in though, absolutely. Facebook is warning users of extremism as conservatives slam the Orwellian thought police. So basically, Facebook is starting to push out notifications that suggests that you might have been subjected to extremist content and would you like to report them? So are you concerned that someone you know is becoming an extremist? We care about preventing extremism on Facebook. Others in your situation have received confidential support. Hear stories and get advice from people who escaped violent extremist groups. Why don't they say anything about the roving mobs of people who've been burning down American cities for the last year? Those guys are extremists. They'll also start alerting you if you've been exposed to extreme content. Carl, you may have been exposed to harmful extremist content recently. Violent groups try to manipulate your anger and disappointment. You can take action now to protect yourself and others. Get support from experts. Spot the signs, understand the dangers of extremism, and hear about people who've escaped the violent groups. I can name a couple violent groups right here, but they might actually get the video kicked off of YouTube. Just saying. Yeah, I'm becoming an extremist, an anti-Facebook extremist. Confidential help is available. Who do they think they are? Either way, they're a publisher or a political platform legally liable for every bit of content they host, or they need to stay out of the way. Zuck's choice, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, guys, if you have not deleted Facebook, just delete Facebook already. Come on, guys. And on to our last story. Tim Berners-Lee sold an NFT. It sold for $5.4 million, which was some code, and the NFT had an error. So he effectively sold a broken NFT. This thing would not work, guys, because somebody dug through and read through all of the code inside the NFT, and this is what they found. Now, if you don't know what you're looking at here, what happened is these little alt guys, I don't think you can see my cursor on the screen, but if you look in the middle here after the imports, you see the $LT semicolon and the $GT semicolon. These are supposed to be open, basically less than, greater than symbols, which are calling the objects in the source code. And apparently when these were translated in from how it was originally written, it copied in the ASCII code instead, or the HTML code rather than the actual character itself. And this type of thing would result in a broken program. So whoever paid $5.4 million for Tim Berners-Lee's source code of the internet bought a defective code. I'm wondering if he's either going to get a money back or if they're going to figure out how to patch that NFT. So I don't know, guys. Can we resell the NFT that's defective, or is it actually possible to patch an NFT which was supposed to be permanent and unchangeable? So very interesting thought. I don't know. This here might just cause the internet to break. So let me know your thoughts on all that. If you'd like to help support my show, you can have a look over on Subscribestar. Join us over on Subscribestar/SwitchedToLinux. You can help support the channel over there, particularly if you don't like Patreon. This one is specific to the Linux channel. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.